What is up, guys? Now, unfortunately, this is the second time I'm recording this video because the first time was a pain in the ass because first I recorded on my phone, then my iPad, then they crapped out at the end. Then I did the rest on my phone and it was getting a pain in the ass to find which clip was which, so I decided, fuck this, I'm re-recording it. But what this video is my updated DVD and Blu-ray collection. So let's do it. We're gonna start with these, and all the stuff in there. Now I gotta be quiet because it's 12:33 in the morning as I'm recording this, so let's do it. Got the classic, in my opinion, by Jean-Claude Van Damme, Double Impact. He plays two twins here. You could say this is like his version of a buddy film, to be honest. Bare bones, but decent cover though. Better than the one where it just has the face from the Bolo Young fight, which is right there. But yeah, I'd say this would be my favorite. Probably would be up there as my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme film. So that's Double Impact. Now this one, I actually did see in the theater, and I did enjoy it. Olympus Has Fallen. To me, this is, if people want to go for realism a lot, not saying that you should every time, but if they do, just take inspiration from this, where you have a good lead, decent action scenes by Antoine Fuqua. I know, kind of strange last name, but just take inspiration from this, Hollywood. It's a really good one. It's R-rated. Aaron Eckhart doesn't have that much to do in this one. He has more to do in the sequel, London Has Fallen, but really enjoyed the Olympus Has Fallen. Next up, we got another classic Jean-Claude Van Damme one, Universal Soldier. And no, I don't have the sequels. This is the only one I have. I do want to see Universal Soldier: The Return besides The Heat. And Regeneration and Day of Reckoning, I'm really not that sure about those. Sorry, I didn't itch, but this one's a classic, directed by Roland Emmerich, which he did a great job here. And you got the fun lines from Dolph. Are we having fun yet? God damn, the whole platoon's jumping like flies. That's a lot of fun. Next up are two Blu-rays, the classic. The only one I have, but I'll pick up the second one. I'm not picking up the third one, but I'll pick up the second one day. But this is the only one I have right now, and this is the best of the bunch, in my opinion. That is The Expendables. Stallone, Statham, Lee, Lundgren, Couture, Austin, Cruise, Rourke, and Willis. Who can go wrong with this cast? Great directing by Stallone. Great cast. Great fight scenes. Great action scenes. Again, by Stallone. Fully directed the sequels. I don't mind Simon West in the second one, but if I prefer, I would want Sylvester Stallone over Simon West. I know he directed Con Air, but I haven't seen Con Air all the way. From what I've seen, I really enjoyed it, but hey, what can you do? Next up, you got a series that kind of gets maligned, but I like the first two. And the second one I find underrated, and that is RoboCop. And yes, this is the bare bones Blu-ray. But this does look great on Blu-ray. And look, if you can't see that, it's the unrated version, which it's very gory, has a lot of action, and cheaping out by Fox, and no, actually by Fox. Fox is cheaping out and just giving the Eco case, but RoboCop, the classic. Now we had the sequel, which I know everyone hates, but yeah, RoboCop 2. Is it as good? No, definitely not. But I enjoyed the sequel. Yeah, I'm guilty as charged. I enjoy RoboCop 2. No, I've not seen the third one or the remake. Don't have a particular interest because at least this is rated R. This is the last one to be rated R. And the last one with Peter Weller as RoboCop. whose films I'd like to check more, like from 50/50, Of Unknown Origin, Buckaroo Banzai. Kind of funny the way to say it, but next up we got a Spike Club, which I mentioned this story in the original recording when I bought this, but funny story is I bought this from Half Price Books, right? And the lady at the front notices that I have it, it's like, and then tells the person next to him, and it's like, see, he even buys Spike Club. And then I told her that it was my first time seeing it, and then she's like, "You never seen Fight Club?" So, and then I told her how come, and then you should see it. And to be honest, I don't mind the film. Is it my favorite of all time? No, because the issue I have is that it feels it's kind of a bit long in my opinion, but I enjoyed it. Oh, and for RoboCop 2, speaking of which, I couldn't find the Blu-ray, so I decided just to get the DVD instead, which I'm fine with, to be honest. Even though this is a pretty lame cover art, because it just shows him holding a gun like this, with the OCP logo, when in the theatrical poster it shows him walking through a wall. But this, to me, is just, it's a lame cover art, in my opinion. I know you could say that this looks the same, but this just is lame in my opinion. Just this and the OCP logo. That's just my thoughts anyway. Alright, let's get the next stuff. We got... Sorry, I had an itch there. But Rambo films. I showed the set off before. Take off the case here. It opens up like this. First Blood Part 2, which I know I need to get off my ass and review 3 and 4. Rambo 4. Rambo 3, which is underrated. And a bonus disc. And a digital copy for Rambo 4, which is pretty cool. Really great set. If you're a fan of the Rambo films, definitely buy this set, because Lionsgate, for once, on their DVDs did a great job. They really did. I'm not going to read the features, but I'm going to hold it like this. Okay, there we go. This shows the features clear as day now. Focus. 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 Okay. If you guys can see that, hopefully you can now. If you want to read the features, pause right now. Now, by the time you just right now, I'm sure you guys have just unpaused it after reading the features. It's very packed. Now, the only thing though is on First Blood, it has the commentary with the writer, but it's not on my disc for some reason. I don't know why, but I've looked everywhere and the commentary is not there. But hey, guess that's how that goes. Next up, we have a John Woo film that I'd say is my second favorite John Woo film. Definitely one of his best for his American debut. That's Our Target. Fun idea. Lance Henriksen as the bad guy, and he plays a really great bad guy in my opinion. I love Van Damme's look in my opinion. Hard Target, he hits the bullseye big time. I would love to see the NC-17 version though. Yeah, this one's bare bones because Universal's lazy. But I'd love to see the NC-17 version if I can. Because this is... I was really impressed even with the theatrical cut. Because it's like a nice build-up in my opinion. So that's Hard Target. And yes, I would say this is better than Face Off. Because everyone praises Face Off out of the ass, in my opinion. But there is another John Woo film I have that I prefer more of his American films and his films in general. But we'll see it when we get there. Now we get a few Arnold Schwarzenegger films. We got the best of the bunch, The Terminator. Classic. This is the bare bones one, but I'm fine with it. That's Terminator. Terminator 2, 2-disc. Opens up like this. Got Arnold there. And the T-1000 by Artisan. Good sequel. And I have the third one on Blu-ray, which you guys will see. Now we have my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film, True Lies. I agree with this review. Fast, flashy, furious, and funny. True Lies is a terrific film. Favorite character, Harry Tasker. Great story. Great directing by James Cameron. Awesome action sequences. You can't go wrong with this one. I wish this would get a special edition, because canceling it because of 9/11 to me is bullshit. Because this has no correlation. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some schmuck on YouTube. But yeah, True Lies to me is an action classic. Move this over. Now we're gonna get all the stuff in here. We got the only season I have of the show, Simpsons, which I had to. This is the Homer head set, but I had to buy it. I got it like this without the case, just with this thing. But season 6 is pretty good. Fox did a shitty job. Didn't do the best of jobs on the DVD though. So that's The Simpsons. And we have an underrated Arnold Schwarzenegger film, End of Days. The only issue I have is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's 2 hours and 8 minutes long. But great directing by Peter Hyams, great performance by Arnold, and a lot of features. You got spot on location, feature commentary with director Peter Hyams, special effects The Devil's Playground, soundtrack presentation featuring Never Before Seen Everlast music video of Rob Zombie's Rarely Seen music video, Book of Revelation theatrical trailer, Universal Showcase, special DVD ROM features. This is when Universal would make their DVDs packed to the bone. Now we have 2 Blu-rays. Child's Play Blu-ray. This is the old Blu-ray, not the one by Scream Factory, but this is a classic. Pretty lame cover art though, to be honest, because it's just a picture of his face and a black background, but great film. And you'll see I have the sequels in a minute, but 2 underrated Bruce Willis films, Last Man Standing and Last Boy Scout. Underrated Walter Hill film and Tony Scott film. Great back and forth between these 2 guys, and really good job at a period piece. Because normally I'm not the biggest fan, but I thought it did a really good job here. And it's definitely one of Walter Hill's most underrated films. Now I have some stuff with some blank cases, so I'm just going to open them so I can easily show the blank cases. Okay, there we go. We got, there we go. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. The Shining, which is a classic. Love this one. Has a good amount of features here if you guys want to read what features there are. Again, pause right now. Now you probably unpaused it by now, so there you go. Get these out right here. Oh shit, I dropped it. Homeward Bound, which is a really good Disney film in my opinion. Really tearjerker, this one. Good voices. Michael J. Fox voices one of the dogs. It's a real sweet one. This pack with all these films. If you want to see what they are, you can pause it and read. Opens up with 4 discs. I haven't seen most of these, but hey, you can't go wrong with something like this. Got Hellraiser 3, The House Must Die, Sideshow, Halloween 6, 7 Days of Darkness, Evil Bang 3, however the fuck you pronounce that, The Dark, Sea People, The Greenskeeper, Dracula 3, Head of the Family, I can't see what the fuck that is, Deadly Instincts, Haunting, Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return, Shocked, Grim, Prophecy 2, Dead of Night, Evidence of Hunting. That's what you have. Ice Age, the only one I have. Good animated film. Oh shit. Indiana Broken Case, but Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. Some good films here. Now we got these. Barnyard. Scooby-Doo 2, which I only have the sequel. Ah, fuck, I forgot. Hate when they do this stupid thing where you gotta snap it open, but open it up like this. Forgot that I actually had this up here. Riddick films, the original Riddick films, which opens up in a 3-disc set. Well, one is with 2 films on 1 disc and the other one separate. Decent films. Vin Diesel does a good job. Now we got Salem's Lot remake, which I actually did not know this was a TV movie I read. I haven't seen this one in a while, but you got Angus Sutherland, Angus Brogger, or however the hell you pronounce that, Donald Sutherland, Samantha Mathis, who was in Broken Arrow and The Punisher 2004, Rutger Hauer, and James Cromwell. So that's Salem's Lot. 39 Steps, which I have the actual DVD, but it came in, it didn't come with a cover, so I printed a cover of Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps. Pretty decent one. Pretty decent one. Now we got Dylan. If you're watching this, you're gonna laugh because I know you threw this film away. But I have Prom Night. I love how it says unrated. Yeah, it's totally gonna be unrated. So that's Prom Night. And no, I have not seen the original. Maybe one day though. It, which I do not know why the fuck they're remaking it. Doesn't need a remake. This is an all-time classic. Pennywise, John Ritter, may you rest in peace, Tim Curry. Great cast. The shitty remake of The Omen, directed by John Moore, who doesn't know how to direct for shit. He sucked at the Max Payne game. He fucked up Max Payne. And Die Hard 5 was eh. I still want to check out Behind Enemy Lines though. The Exorcist, which is a classic. I have not seen the sequels though. I've heard Exorcist 3 is the best of the sequels. And probably the best of the bunch, and it's probably the only good one. Children of the Corn. One of Stephen King's best films in my opinion. Good slasher. And we got Pet Sematary, classic Stephen King film. I only had the first one, but The Karate Kid, directed by the same director of Rocky, John G. Avildsen. Classic. Now this is one I gotta give another shot one day, to be honest. Because I watched it and I was like, eh. And this is the bare bones DVD of Roadhouse. Just one of those films I'd probably have to stick with in order to enjoy. Flipper disc there. So that's Roadhouse. Put all these away. Alright. If I'm not talking too loud, that's because family's asleep and so I'm sure all you know how that goes. Alright, we'll do this side. Grease. Musical, I don't mind. With John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. They both do a really good job here. Fun comedy, Superbad. Not gonna open it because this case is pretty badly damaged, but I really enjoyed this. Now we got Die Hard set and Live Free or Die Hard, but I'm gonna show off this Has all films and a bonus disc. We got first one, which is a classic. Great sequel. Love the airport setting. Great job by Rennie Harlan. Great to see these two guys together, Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis. Very fun to watch. I put it at my least favorite of them all, but I still really enjoy this one. And the bonus disc. Got Wrong Place, Wrong Guy, Wrong Place, Wrong Time. A look back and document at Die Hard documentary. Continuing adventures of John McClane featurette. Live Free or Die Hard teaser trailer. Great set. I'm keeping this one because I'm good without it. At least you got this bonus disc. Fuck. Get out there. Thank you. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And the fourth film, which I think is underrated. I've always thought this was underrated. Oh, it's unrealistic. Well, all Die Hards are unrealistic. Hate to break it to you. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was like this. Okay. Classic Arnold Schwarzenegger film, directed by Paul Verhoeven. Total Recall. Fun film, very violent. Jerry Goldsmith score. Definitely give this a watch. Fuck the remake. Stick with this one. That's what I say, at least. And we got Blu-ray of Time Cop and Bloodsport. Both really great with the Jean-Claude Van Damme films. Now we got 4 film favorites of the Lethal Weapon films. First 3 are the best. Classic right here. Great sequel. But very entertaining, this one. Definitely the weakest. So that's Lethal Weapon films. We got Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible 2. I only had the first 2. Both pretty decent films, but this one for John Woo, though, it's pretty disappointing, to be honest, because this one's PG-13, but I have another John Woo PG-13 film that I think he did a lot better on. So that's the Mission Impossible films. Ghostbusters. Pretty decent comedy. I know this one gets a lot of praise, but there's all the features, which you're going to see. I have this twice in a few minutes. I'm going to explain why when we get there. We got the buddy cop classic, Tango and Cash. Ghostbusters. For anyone who likes buddy cop movies, it's big. I agree. With Kathy Hines. A lot of action, a lot of fun banter between these two. Definitely give this classic a watch. Now, we have my favorite of Stallone's films, Cobra. Exciting. If you miss Rambo, Cobra is the cure. I agree 100%. I'd love to see the work print version, though. And I love these cases, by the way, because they're sturdy. They're made out of cardboard. They don't break easy. They don't rip. Very sturdy case. That's Cobra. Now we got in here. Then I'm gonna move in there. So let's get all of these out. We got The Dead Zone Season 4. Pretty good show with Anthony Michael Hall, based on the Stephen King version. Maze Runner Scorch Trials, which this wasn't mine, given. I didn't buy this. This was given to me from my brother because my cousins bought it for him, which I can say this because they don't watch my videos, but I'm gonna rip this sticker off so it doesn't bug me but while I'm talking. But they gave it to him first and he didn't want it, so then he gave it to me. I haven't seen it yet, though. I may do a review on it one day. Who knows? And it's PG-13. But hey, it could be good. It could surprise me. So that's Maze Runner Scorch Trials. Child's Play sequels, which this is a shitty set because flipper discs, and you can't see it on camera, but they're pretty badly scratched. Child's Play 2 is a great sequel. Child's Play 3 is underrated. Bride is a time waster at best. Seed is it's awful. A remake that I really enjoy, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen the original yet, but maybe one day. Marcus Nispel did a great job at directing. And you even have, where is it? Michael Bay is actually the producer on this one, which is interesting. But does a really, really great film with this one. Leatherface does a great job. If you want to see a remake done right, check this one out. Now you're going to see I have this on Blu-ray, but I'll show out the DVD copy of the classic. John Carpenter's The Thing. All the features are there. Stop motion animation, behind the scenes footage, effects, exclusive work in progress visual, official trailer, outtakes, behind the scenes photographs, storyboards, and conceptual or annotation, production archive, and a commentary with Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. There's the disc art. I'll explain why when I get to the Blu-ray of this. I'll explain why I have it. And no, I don't have the Scream Factory Blu-ray before anyone asks. Now we have 3 films. I don't have the last one because I think it's a piece of shit. But it's a classic, Jaws. What more can be said about this classic right here? With Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. May Roy Scheider rest in peace. Such a great actor. Very entertaining, man. Good effects on the shark. I know I've heard people complain nowadays about the shark, but I think it looks fine. At least it's not CGI. Could be more features though. Great sequel, Jaws 2. Roy Scheider does come back. Got a lot of features here. I'm not gonna read it, but if you guys want to pause and look, there you go. So that's Jaws 2. And the very underrated, I don't think this is that bad, Jaws 3. A deadly new attraction. Oh, but the effects suck. Yeah, because they're meant for 3D. And I'm not going to hate a movie because the effects suck. And this is better than Jaws the Revenge because Jaws the Revenge was boring. It's stupid plot of a shark going on revenge and somehow knowing where the Brody family is. And this one has fun and goes through the amusement park. Dennis Quaid's pretty good. Louis Gossett Jr. Definitely check that one out. Now we got, I only have the first 3 of these as well. I haven't seen past the 3rd film, but we got Saw. First one's pretty good. Saw 2. And Saw 3. Now we got these next few. Get out. Thank you. We got shit. The original Amityville Horror. No, I don't have the sequels or the remake, but the Amityville Horror. Crocodile Dundee, which is a classic, very, very entertaining film. Definitely give this one a watch. I highly recommend it. Stephen King miniseries right here. Not too bad. And I have this over here, but I have the first 4 films in a pack. Final Destination 5. Nothing too much here. Decent time waster. I like the idea of it being a prequel to the first one. Now I'm gonna put these back, and you'll see it cut, and it'll be inside my room, showing off everything else. So, see you in a bit. Alright, so we're starting in here. Got that shelf, and that shelf, and right there. So let's do this, starting on the bottom. Let me grab these few, start backwards, and on the top I'll go forward. We got, whoops, this is upside down, but there we go. The Rundown, probably The Rock's best film in my opinion. Very entertaining, lots of action for, you can't see it, but it's PG-13 and does it correctly. And I do not hate this film, Daredevil. Get the director's cut, but I actually thought this was really good. I don't get the hate for it. That's Daredevil. I have not read the comics before anyone asks. And we got a really, really outstanding thriller by Michael Mann with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, and that is Collateral, where Jamie Foxx plays his cab driver, happens to get a hitman as his passenger, Tom Cruise, and then Tom Cruise, then he kills a guy in front of him, but he doesn't notice, and he falls on his cab. And it's just basically cat and mouse between these two. Great performance by these two guys. Definitely give this a watch. Now this is one that I'll be watching very soon. I don't know when, but Castaway. Of Tom Hanks' dramas, this is the one that really intrigued me the most. I really like the idea. It's Castaway. Gravity. Can't wait to check this one out too. Look, I've really been enjoying Sandra Bullock. She's a great actress, and I like the concept of this. That's Gravity. And the only Jean-Claude Van Damme directed DVD film I have right here, but The Shepherd Border Patrol. Fun action scenes. Good job by Isaac Florentine. You also got Scott Adkins in there as the bad guy. I really enjoyed this one. Is it his best? No, but sometimes directed DVD films can be better than theatrical. I'm sure people can agree. Alright. Take my socks off there. Ah. Okay. Thought I had to pop my fingers there. God. Sorry if I look a bit tired because it's like 1 a.m. as I'm recording this. Spider-Man, the new animated series with Neil Patrick Harris as Spider-Man. Really enjoyable cartoon. You just gotta get used to the CG, but this should have lasted more than one season in my opinion. Great voice acting by Neil Patrick Harris and in the entire cast. Really fun. Definitely give this a watch if you're a fan of Spider-Man. Double feature of Under Siege and Under Siege 2. Both very great films in my opinion with Steven Seagal. And the only other Steven Seagal film I have right now, I want to pick up more of his films. Not any of his newer stuff because they look like complete crap, but Marked for Death. Really enjoyed this one. Great action scenes by Dwight H. Little. So funny that picture Steven Seagal. Oh shit. It's rumored that Steven Seagal watched this and then picked him for Marked for Death. If anyone's finding that hard to believe, I don't blame you. Yeah. Come on. Get in there. Thank you. But really great action scenes. Shows Dwight H. Little can direct action. Him going against Jamaicans. Probably my favorite film was Steven Seagal as John Hatcher. Next one is one that I'll admit, this one surprised me. Is these two guys best? No. But these two guys being together in their own film, I thought it was really well done. Escape Plan. Now I'm not comparing this to Lock Up, which I have right here. Well, you can't see it, but I'm not comparing it to Lock Up because this is a thriller and Lockup's more of a drama. And that's just the way it goes. But really good action stinking scenes when they're in there. And I like the idea of the prison being on water. Next up, we got one that I find alright. The Specialist. Sex scene between these two gets a little bit too long, though, to be honest. But James Woods plays a good bad guy. I like him and Stallone's back and forth. Really great film. Alright, I'm going to finish this shelf then. I'm going to cut it till tomorrow because it's getting like, I'm getting kind of tired recording this, as you guys can tell. But we got my Matrix box set. Really great set. Right here. After I'm after I'm done showing this, I'm going to cut it real quick. Now I'll cut back with you guys tomorrow, but we got, opens up like this. Actually, I might be awake by talking, but got this booklet which shows off all the films. We got the first film, which is definitely the best. Second film, which is a pretty decent sequel. Third film, last film Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne did before John Wick 2. Which I cannot wait for. Bonus disc. And the Animatrix. Now, I'm going to cut ahead and it'll be in the morning, in the daytime, whenever I record the rest. So see you in a bit.